All right, everybody. J.J. McCarthy is just turned out to be a complete, utter atrocity, almost a stain on the face of the National Football League. I'm going to say it right now. This should be this guy's last ever start in the NFL. He is a sitting duck from within the pocket. He's not athletic at all. There's no athleticism with this guy. He can't move. You can't really roll him out. He can't make plays with his legs. He can't scramble. He can't do basic things, off script or anything like that. He can't break a sack. He's pathetic. He's inept, and he can't throw either. His throwing mechanics look really off, especially watching some of this game. I mean, when he dropped back the pass and he actually threw the football instead of taking a sack because he takes fucking too long to throw because he's... And there's a stat, he got pressured 50% of the dropbacks. I'd say most of those pressures aren't even his fault. He's not getting the ball out on time and on target. So that's leading to him being pressured, which means it's leading him to being sacked and leading to incompletions and also leading to interceptions. I think the last pick he threw, which was the deep pass over the middle, he didn't set his feet from in the pocket and just let it rip and drive it with his arm strength. He didn't do that. His mechanics are just so flawed. He looks like someone who is not a natural passer of the football. Someone who just throws it as hard as they can and does not even bother trying to feather the football. Just yeet it out there, throw chunguses, and if they get picked, so what? If my mechanics were trash, well, I'm throwing the pick, so what? So be it. This is a motherfucker that is never going to learn because his second, I know he, sat out his first year, but he, was learning and studying the playbook his first season where he was hurt, right? And he was probably going to start in the first season. God only knows what would have happened in the first season. They would have done with him in 3 games. 3 games, and it would have been over. He wouldn't even be on the team right now. But for him, he got hurt in that season, and now he's starting this year. And this is like his 6th or 7th start, something like that. And he just looks like a pile of crap on the field. He doesn't belong anywhere near the NFL. This is a guy who just belongs in a developmental league. He needs to be in a spring league. He needs to be in some sort of league that maybe he can get reps against inferior competition where he can potentially look good and dominate, and put up highlight reel, plays and good stats and numbers. He probably would be capable of doing it against an inferior, professional league. Like if he's playing in UFL or something, but I don't think he's gonna do that, right? We're talking about a person who has created an alter ego for himself, who plays the QB position in the NFL. More than likely, the fucking people who do that have a bit of egomaniacal tendencies. He's going to think he's some hot shot. He sucks. Listen, JJ, if you're watching, you're horrible at quarterback. And if it was up to me, if I was Kevin O'Connell, the Vikings coach, this would be his final ever game on my team. I'd say, listen, I appreciate having you on the team. We picked you with, whatever the fucking 10th, I think, overall draft selection 2 years, in the past. But we got to move on from that decision we made. We're realizing we made a mistake picking you because you're just so inept. He holds the ball. The reason he holds the ball too long is he doesn't know what he's looking at. The footwork is off. The throwing motion is off. The mechanics are wonky. The mechanics are completely off. His eyes just are nowhere. He doesn't know where to look. He doesn't know how to... It's simple as all you have to do to beat him in the NFL is you step on the field and play basic defense. That is literally it. All you have to do is just step on that damn field, and you've already secured yourself a win. What did they won? 1 start with this guy? 2. Actually, they beat the Bears, and I believe they beat the Lions, or whatever the fuck they beat, right? They beat, those 2 teams. Good, right? But all the other starts, he has literally looked like ass, every single one of them. He's not looked good in 1 start, but what about the one against the Lions where he played against a game manager? It's not impressive, all right? I don't care what the fuck any person says. It's not impressive, and now that, doesn't matter. That one that one below average start he had that people glazed because he was playing like dog shit and all the other ones no longer matters, all right? The context can just be completely removed from that now. Because when you look at the full body of work McCarthy's put on the film, playing the games, he's just been absolutely abhorrent, and he's not capable of playing quarterback. Listen, Max Brosmer, the rookie backup out of the University of Minnesota, I think the guy was undrafted free agent. They picked him up. you've got to give the kid a chance. If he sucks as bad as McCarthy, you didn't invest any sort of major capital in picking the guy, right? So you can get off him and get out of jail free card. If he actually is better than McCarthy is, which is, it's almost hard to be worse than what he's playing like right now. You know, if he's better, then you can continue to start him. I would recommend they start Max Brosmer. You have to make the fucking change. And, but if you start Brosmer, that kills McCarthy's confidence for the future. He has no future. What future? Oh, he's only 20. Well, I don't care if he's the youngest starting quarterback in the NFL. I don't give a fuck. Oh, but you need to let him develop. What? Please tell me what skills has he put on tape that are there to be developed? Arm strength? No. Reading coverage? No. Pocket presence? No. Mobility? No. Any sort of, skill that is required to be a good quarterback in this league, none of them have been put on the tape by J.J. McCarthy. So there's no reason not to move off him. You have to get rid of this guy. I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I wouldn't even trade him. There's no value for this guy. If a team offers you a fucking 7th rounder, that would be the heist of the century, because you would maybe be able to draft a rosterable player with that selection if you are lucky enough to draft the right player in that round. Right? I mean, God forbid they get like a 4th or 5th round pick for him, then oh my God, you're going to get a player that's going to at least be on the roster for 2 or 3 seasons. Like, Jesus Christ, this guy is unplayable. He's unrosterable. What does he do? He can't win games. The locker room's going to start turning on this kid because he doesn't know how to fucking play quarterback in this league. And this is not only development failure on McCarthy's part because he's trash. This is the problem with the newer era of quarterbacks coming in the league. This guy was a game manager at best at Michigan. Oh, but he was a winner. One of the main reasons, he's a leader, he's a winner. I don't care what he is, how good he leads, how much he wins, how many national titles he has on the fucking belt. Michigan, don't care, right? They played for a big university and won a national championship with said big university. Does that look like it matters to me? No, it really, truly fucking doesn't. And apparently some people in the Vikings front office didn't really get the memo on this kid, that all he did was throw underneath passes and was erratic with accuracy and wasn't the best. He was a game manager who threw 94 yards in the national championship game and won the Natty, and everyone christened him as the next great potential superstar quarterback in the making in the NFL coming out of Michigan, right? The agendas were crazy. All the hype was ridiculous for this guy who was completely unproven. But he proved himself. No, he didn't. He didn't win the national championship. The run game, the offensive line, the fucking defense, the coaching, those fuckers are the reasons they won. They could have put literally anyone. They could have put fucking an Al-Qaeda member under center and they would have won the fucking national championship that year. It's not like, it's not fucking, you're not a doctor, you're not a rocket scientist. Motherfucker, you have a PhD in jack diddly shit. Alright? The simple facts are you don't draft players like that in the first 3 to 4 rounds of the draft, where it's a game manager, did nothing, contributed nothing to a national championship team. That's like if you drafted Stetson Bennett in the first round, a short, cream puff arm fucking quarterback, right? No, you don't do that. So why would you pick McCarthy in the first round of the draft? It's because evaluation failures are becoming more common with the quarterback position now. This is another evaluation failure by an NFL front office. You don't actually know what the talent level of the quarterback you're selecting is because you haven't done your due diligence. You haven't watched the game film enough. And they didn't watch the tape enough. Clearly they didn't, because this motherfucker was thrown underneath. He threw 2 interceptions against Bowling fucking Green. If you're throwing picks against high school teams and you still win a national championship, that doesn't mean that you're good, you're elevating the team. The team is literally elevating you. And Michigan elevated McCarthy. McCarthy never once elevated Michigan whatsoever. Once again, you could put a fucking Hamas member under the fucking center for Michigan and they would have won the national championship. It's that fucking simple and understand, and really that fucking easy to understand as well. Evaluation fucking failure, front office failure, coaching failure. O'Connell, if I was you, I would try to cut bait with this fucking scrub immediately. He just is irredeemable in quality. I mean, this guy, his accuracy is shocking. His mechanics are shocking. Everything about this kid is shocking. He does not have what it takes to play in the National Football League. People make comparison. He looks like Zach Wilson. Probably does, honestly. I see the sort of uncanny resemblance between the two. But honestly, if you wanted me to pick between Zach Wilson right now, current day Zach Wilson, and J.J. McCarthy's second year, I would pick Zach Wilson in a heartbeat. Zach Wilson is very athletic. He can get out the pocket. He has a big arm. The thing is, he can't really read coverages, but he at least has 2 really, really fine qualities about him. McCarthy has a weak arm and he's a statue in the pocket, and he makes his offensive line look actually way worse than they really are, man. So I'm done with this video. McCarthy just sucks. He's a bust. You've got to cut bait. You've got to let him go. Thank you all for watching. This has been Mr. Truth, and this was nothing but the truth.